guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming in. My name is Sophia if you are new here. I am currently based in San Diego, California, and this channel is all about travel, lifestyle, and productivity. If that sounds great, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And today I'm really excited that we're going to be talking about how I planned my trip for Budapest. It's actually Budapest. That's how they pronounce it. I have been there before with my husband. Actually, it was before we got married. It was the last place we went to when we had a Euro trip together. That's how we met. If you haven't seen kind of how we met, I'll link the video down below if you're interested. And we kind of fell in love with it. We were only there for 2 days, I think. No, it must have been 3 days. Regardless, one of the days was a travel day. We knew we had to go back, so we're going. We are going in December. We are leaving the 21st and we will be there till the 28th. It's kind of the perfect amount of time for us. What I did with this video is I kind of broke it up into 5 different parts of how I planned. I'll go through each step and let's just get started. So the first thing that I did to start really thinking about our trip that was going to inevitably be coming up, we had talked about that we wanted to go somewhere over Christmas, and we kind of ended up on Budapest because it was so magical. It's our first Christmas together as a married couple. What I did was I started following all of the travel sites for Budapest on Instagram and all my social media. So I followed, it's called Budapest Hungary. God, I gotta start saying Budapest again. If you say Budapest in the US, people look at you funny, but that's truly how you say it. But I don't want to be one of those people. You know how people are like, oh, it's Barcelona? I don't want to be one of those people. I digress. This key account that I had found that posts a lot of pictures of just tourism in Budapest. And one of the things I had found in just that Instagram was it kept teasing about this sweet pop-up that was going to be happening in Budapest. It's a Hungarian sweet pop-up. So I'm really, really excited to check that out. I ended up booking my ticket. I actually have to double check what I booked that for. I haven't set my day-by-day plan up quite yet because we do have a little bit of a ways out and we're still looking into excursions that we want to do. But I knew I wanted to do the sweet thing. I started writing down things that I knew that Brian and I would enjoy together, and yeah, that was kind of our pre-planning stage. So number 2 of our planning adventure was how we were going to get there. And I really stand by this app that I use every time I travel. This is not sponsored. I stand by this app. It's called Hopper. You put in where your destination is, where you're traveling from, and it shows you on a map how expensive it's going to be on certain days. So green days mean it's a good price point. Medium, yes, it means medium, but it's orange. Orange means medium, and then red means it's really high price point. So I put in the dates of when I was thinking we were going to want to go based off of those color codes, and it tells you how expensive the flights are going to be, if you should wait to purchase your tickets or if you should go ahead and buy them. It also gives you a time frame of when it's going to be best to buy your plane tickets. This app has saved my budget a bunch of times. So we booked our plane tickets. We are flying through Zurich. So that's what I recommend. I definitely recommend looking and doing your research before you get your plane tickets. So number 3 is naturally where we are staying. Brian and I decided that we were going to be going to Budapest alone together when we were on our honeymoon. We happened to be staying at a Hyatt over our honeymoon in Jamaica. We got a pretty substantial amount of points through Hyatt because we are members. So we saw that Budapest has this amazing Hyatt hotel that was a fairly cheap price point. It would have accounted for maybe $25 per day because of our points, but we waited. All of a sudden that hotel that particular Hyatt restructured their point system and it became super expensive to stay there, even with points. We had to kind of go through a plan B. So I researched hotels in Budapest. I wanted to stay on the Buda side because those are where all of the tourist attractions, all the things that I want to do are over on Buda side. A lot of the spas are there. It's just more central to where everything is to be closer to the chain bridge and on Buda side. I stopped looking at hotels and I found Airbnbs were much more affordable in Budapest than hotels. I found this amazing Airbnb that I think was only $60 per night. It's amazing, isn't it so pretty? I'm really excited. It's literally 2 steps away from the chain bridge. It sits right on the river. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazing. So check if you have any sort of points going on. If you do have a really good point deal, I would suggest taking it when you can, because things happen where, you know, they restructure points. So the 4th thing that I've been doing to plan our trip to Budapest is figuring out what excursions I want to take. I have a whole list. I have a whole stinking list that include ruin bars, fisherman's bastion, all the different spas. These spas are so incredible. They're these massive, they almost look like castles, and they have these giant spa warm pool baths that you can go get a facial, you can go get a massage there, you just hang out all day. But I also want to visit the Jewish quarter. I want to do the House of Terror, Buda Castle. There's the Danube bank where they have all the shoes laying down. And then I have a list of restaurants that we went to last time that I want to go again because the food was so good. I wanted to maybe do a day trip outside of Budapest to see exactly if there's anything around us that we don't necessarily have to spend the night at, or we could just, like, you know, take a quick train out there, soak in the views, and go back. And I found this little town. I don't even know if I'm gonna say it right. Szentendre? It looks like the cutest little town, and it's for artists. There's a ton of artists that have migrated to this little town, and it's just supposed to be incredible, and it's supposed to be really just a different culture there. I Googled Budapest day trips, or day trips from Budapest, and it listed out a ton of different things that I knew would be easy to get to that would just simply be a day trip. TripAdvisor was a huge help on this because they literally list out different places that you can book these excursions. So they have all these different people that host these excursions that are, like, you know, $100 to $150 per day. Some of them are even just $20 per day. But I looked at those itineraries and I said, you know what, I could probably just book us train tickets and we can be on our own time schedule. We won't have to worry about being with a group. And that's what I did. My plan with these excursions is to book everything myself. A, I'm going to save money, and B, it's going to be an experience. It's, you know, the language barrier that makes it fun, at least for me. That was when I purchased the suites ticket. Holy moly, it was in Hungarian. I had no idea, but I would just Google Translate things. So I'd put, I don't know what reservation is in Hungarian, so I Googled it, found when I wanted to go, found the time slot, because times don't change, numbers don't change, and it was great. Easy. If I can do it, you can do it. So the 5th and final thing that I've been doing in order to prep and plan for our trip to Budapest is budgeting. So with everything all set and ready to go, we have our Airbnb booked, we have our flights booked. I am now budgeting for everything that's going to be happening in Budapest. That means looking at each excursion I want to take. So the wine tasting, the trip to the little artist town, to all the dinners that we're going to be having. I want to have a set amount of cash that is readily available that is going to be in my budget of spending. So I'm going to estimate always on the higher end. Sorry if you can hear that beeping. I'm definitely cooking some lunch. I want to make sure that I have plenty of cash, that I don't have to dip into any of my normal debits or savings or anything, because this is a trip that I know about and I want to make sure that everything is going to be, you know, readily available. But the highest price point that we've had to deal with is definitely the flights. The flights weren't cheap, but a beer is going to be like $3 to $5. A dinner is maybe going to be $10, even at a nice place. So yeah, so I don't expect it to be so expensive, but I want to make sure that everything is all set and ready to go. So I hope you liked this little plan Budapest with me. If you like to see stuff like this, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of anything that maybe you've done in Budapest that you'd like to see me do. I do plan on vlogging everything, and I'm really excited if you can't tell. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and I try and upload at least 3 times a week, so if that sounds good, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.